Welcome to Dead Man Talking. Tonight's story is a subscriber submitted story, again from my friend and subscriber John. John is a very interesting guy, folks. I have to say, at times when I've spoke with him, he's made me question the possibilities of the genuineness of his stories and encounters, but then he does back things up with medical knowledge and just too much information that you usually wouldn't get in someone trying to pull your chain, I believe. However, I will leave this up to you guys to decide if you believe this or not. Either way, it is a fantastic story that he has sent over to us, or 3 stories now, chapters. Please do let me know what you think down below in the comments, guys. Please do like and share. Without further ado, let's get into tonight's story from John. I'd like to entitle They're Coming. Without further ado, let's get straight into that. Hi DMT, it's me again. I've returned from Athens, Ohio, which wasn't a long trip for once, only about an hour and a half from where I reside. There are more sightings coming out of this place than people realise. The Appalachian Mountains run through a certain part of this country, and I pointed that out in my drawings. They are using these for cover and to create dens and breed new wolfmen. That's not what I would want to speak of, though. This is more personal. I told you that I could not speak of the remainder of the hunt I previously told you about. Well, we agreed to disclose this, even though we are all reluctant. You remember I told you one of our members almost getting eaten? Well, this is why. We are now hunting him. I must divulge of how this changed him. See, wolfmen have something called lupine parvovirus, which is the Parvoviridae family, which includes the smallest known viruses in existence. Parvoviridae have a genome consisting of a single-stranded DNA and non-enveloped icosahedral capsid. They do not shed their coat until entering the nucleus, and they tend to burst infected cells rather than bud from them. LPV is a transformative virus. It transforms every living cell in the body that has nucleus, rather than just infecting and destroying certain tissues. The LPV acts as a catalyst for the metamorphosis through a process I do not yet comprehend. It took what seems like ages to figure out what I have so far. The virus is capable of extracting enormous amounts of stored energy from blood, glucose, and adipose tissue, i.e. fat. Here is something so odd about this. It's classified as in the Parvoviridae family, which consists of one single strand of DNA, right? Werewolf genome has no wolf DNA. I still do not understand why this is, and, of course, this is ignored by science, but I am trying to figure all of this out. All of my team is trying to. That is all I have so far on the morphology of the LPV. More later will be revealed. Anyway, our team member we are now hunting is what you all want to hear about, right? He started exhibiting a fever and flu-like symptoms after being almost eaten by one of these things. I noticed the change in him. His heart would beat around 110 beats per minute with him just lying there in the recovery room. I first called our personal physician aside and said, "Are you seeing this?" He replied yes, and his temperature was as high as well about 104 Fahrenheit. "Is he going to die now?" I asked. He gave him a sedative to calm his heart rate and breathing, and he fell asleep with a BPM of 85. Our physician pulled me alone off to the side and informed me that he was healing extremely fast. Put it this way, Someone in his condition, having their arm almost ripped off and have had so many staples to attach it back on, not counting it almost hit his clavicular artery, and, if so, he would have been dead, no doubt. He also had massive half-inch deep gashes on his chest that, of course, had already healed. This was a problem, as I was the only one being informed of this due to I preside over the entire order. He asked me with concern what I was going to do, and I said, I don't know. I'll have to meditate and ask for guidance from my Creator of what to do. This is someone that I have known for 20 years. I mean, it's not an easy decision by any means. Later, I was in my quarters this particular night and hadn't come out for almost 2 days, and the others were asking each other what the hell was going on with me. I ordered them to go into the projection room where we watch and study the tactics of these creatures, trying to get an edge on them however we can. They knew something wasn't right with me. It was on the start of the 3rd night of my isolation that all hell broke loose at our compound. It was approximately 10:30 p.m. and I remember the moon wasn't quite full, but in the waxing gibbous phase, which is right before the full moon approaches, and it was only 2 days off or so. I walked out into the corridor and seen Sean standing at the window, just staring into the sky in this trance-like state, as if nothing else mattered. I said, "Hey bud, you need to get back in bed on fluids and resting. We need you back. You are an essential part of this organisation." He only said 2 words to me. "They're coming." I said, "What? Who's coming?" He is saying all this off-the-wall shit to me, such as they will be here. They are coming, among other crazy shit. I replied, "You need to get back in the bed, man, come on." And he yelled, "No!" and shoved me at least 15 feet back, just standing there. I said, "Sean, you either get back or we're going to have a serious problem." I then proceeded to walk away and inform the others to what was going on. Sean just stood at the window, staring out of it to the sky all night long. My second in command became pissed off and said, "I'll get him back in his room." I grabbed him and said, "No, we need to observe him in this state. I believe he's turning, my friend." And he said, "They're coming, so we need to prepare for war, everybody. This may get very bad before it gets better. If they, the Wolfmen, are indeed coming to claim him as one of their own, they will stop at nothing to do so, and they will bring the strongest, not the weak, as we have previously faced before. Sean is already exhibiting signs of rapid healing and increased strength. I didn't want to tell you until I knew for certain that he was infected with the transformative virus." He said, "What? He's infected?" I said, "Yes, my friend, and there's no cure, and you know this. You have to face the reality of it, my friend. He will join up with them because now those are his brothers and we are no longer. There is no getting around this," and he stormed off, unable to accept what I just told him. The others were pissed, but they understood. I said, "Look, you all know what is going to happen here. We will have to kill them all, or they will kill all of us. You all better make a choice because I've made mine. I will be preparing for what is to come, and the least we can do is pick the location where we engage these creatures at. We are not fighting here, that is for certain. So stock yourselves with enough munitions and bolts and tinctures so you will not run out. You understand me? This is how it is, people. We kill them or they kill us. You better choose now." I was in the armoury preparing my crossbow, knives and gun, as well as my team members, after finally realising there was nothing we could do for him. Sean was still at the end of the corridor, gazing out the window to the woods and constantly looking up at the nearly full moon. It was then we heard a crash through the window, and I slowly peeked around the corner with a caution, as he was nowhere in sight. I returned to my brothers and said Sean had crashed through the window, and we are now hunting him. He has gone to join up with the ones he said that were coming. I still couldn't understand until I did. And he meant, hey, we're coming for him, to claim him as one of their own, as one of the pack. You have to understand something here. He didn't exhibit any traits until the waxing gibbous phase of the moon, but he slept almost then the entire time of the cycle, from the new moon to the waxing crescent. First quarter, then waxing gibbous. The phase right before full moon is when he started behaving oddly. I have never witnessed the transformation time from being bitten from a dogman. Does this mean that they have the ability to infect people? I mean, obviously. You have to understand something here, people. I have seen things with my own eyes that people have to dream up. This has taken a serious toll on my mental state, and now, having to hunt a brother, a friend I have known for over 20 years, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but it must be done. DMT, I will talk with you soon. For now, my friend, I have to meditate and get my mind in a condition to where it was before all of this happened. Regards, John. Wow. Thank you, John, for sending in our latest updates. Of course, people, please do let us know what you think down below. I always like to keep an open mind, especially within this field that we now work in, and it's just it's never ending surprises, to be honest with you. You wouldn't believe some of the stories that I hear and I can't publish because they want to stay anonymous, and they don't want to actually get the story out there. I've got so many emails like that that just blow your mind. So yeah, please do let me know your thoughts below in the comments, especially if you followed the whole series from John that is sent in to us. Please do like and share. Your support is really, really welcome. And remember, if you're out in the forest hunting wolfmen, you better remember to be safe and not sorry.